The Google Pixel 7 Pro is one of the best smartphones I've used in a really long time, but it is absolutely massive and it is extremely slippery. That is why we're going to look at another handful of cases today, this time from a company called Casetify, which I've actually never used any of their cases before, but we had a nice exchange via email and they've sent us some cases for me to look at. Before we get into this any further, if you go to the URL, which I'm going to read right now so that I do not get it wrong or forget it. How can I possibly get this wrong? It's literally just casetify.com/Shane Craig, and that is literally just my name. Difficult for me to forget that yet. Here we are. Let's take a look here, though, at the cases that we have. That's how you spell Casetify. If you weren't sure exactly how that worked out, casetify.com/Shane Craig, and you'll actually get off 15% of your purchase, so save a little bit of money that way as well. We got the Pixel 7 Pro here, and we're going to go through these cases real quick and see how I feel about them. They definitely have a more unique look than the cases that we looked at a couple of days ago. I like this packaging as well. This is an interesting design here. Oh, they're actually gripped onto a bit of plastic molding there to hold them in place. This case was made for you. Well, that's cool. I'm glad. Always be careful with your sharp instruments. Okay, so this kind of has like a hard plastic thing going on here, but on the edges where you're going to be gripping onto the thing, it's more of a rubberized texture, which I really appreciate. That's actually very, very smart. Of course, you got your Casetify iconography up there on the corners. Power button and volume rockers there are cut out. Let's pop the thing on and see what it looks like actually on the device. I think that looks pretty good actually with that aluminum camera visor there. That's a pretty interesting look. I think this is pretty solid. I think it would definitely do a little bit, especially on these edges, to prevent some sorts of impact as well. This looks pretty good. Here's the next case in it, which is definitely a lot more colorful and definitely a different texture here on this one. It's a little bit different. It's almost textured, but not quite. Like it's not raised, but it's there. This almost has more of like a TPU feeling to it. It's a bit grippier, I almost feel like, on the sides, and it's definitely got a little bit more of a colorful thing going on. And yeah, safe to say that is a pretty wild color combination. Again, I think this would do a pretty good job of protecting against those bumps, and particularly on the back. And then on this side rail, there's a little bit of give to it, right? Which you kind of want. You don't want it to be just hard, like a hard plastic, because that's not going to absorb a shock. And this has that sort of softness to it that you think might actually absorb a shock a bit better. We have a couple more to go through that are both clear. And this one here, I literally just noticed a moment ago, they put my name on it. How cool is that? It says Shane, and that's who I am. Very, very cool. Really, really like that. I think we're going to skip this one, right? Because it's the same thing. I'm going to go to the one that's got my name on it. So maybe we'll leave that in the packaging for now. And we'll go to the clear one that says my name, because, I mean, I'm going to be biased towards that one. I can already tell you, I like the texture. I like the feeling of this. I like that the rails have some extra stuff going on there, and I like that it's clear, because I actually really do like the way that the Pixel 7 Pro looks. Ooh, that is a look. The name is nice and bold on the white background. I think this is the one, guys. I think this is the case. I think this is the one. I really like this a lot. This is probably a close second for me, but there's something about this that is just, maybe it's this. This is probably what's standing out to me. Maybe I'm being a little bit self-centered. And I guess I have to do the thing that you do in these case videos. I did it with my last Pixel 7 Pro case, so I guess I got to do it here as well. I'm going to do a kind of tepid drop test. I'm not going to throw the thing in the air. I'm going to just kind of step back, and we'll do this, because this, like I said in the other video, this hurts my heart. I don't like dropping technology, but here we are. We're about waist height here. Here we go. Ugh. Oh, that just makes me very upset inside to do that, but I have to prove a point. And yes, it was on a rug. Sue me, whatever. It was the height I would drop a phone from, and it's fine. It's totally fine. The back is not broken. The front is not broken. It did its job. It protected the device about as well as I would hope it would, and no, I'm not dropping it from any higher or on anything else. Let's take a look here at my link. Several different options, obviously not just for the Pixel 7 Pro, but for other devices as well. You can get a case on pretty much whatever device you are using. This is the custom phone case. This is the one I actually have on here right now, and you can do some different things. Kiwi, matte black, which is another one that I believe I have, and you're looking at $58, but again, 15% off is going to help out a little bit on these prices as well. Now, when it comes to that drop protection that I demoed for you guys just a moment ago, they call this EcoShock protection technology. Is apparently good up to 8.5 feet, so that's like double what I just now did 4 times the military standard 810G, which means that it has been test dropped 109 times. So put your phone in this case, hold it up to 8.2 feet, and drop it 109 times, and apparently it is still going to be okay. Wireless charging compatible, made from 65% recycled and plant-based material. That is a pretty cool one as well. And a good feature that I kind of looked at but didn't really call it directly is the fact that that camera bezel is actually raised a little bit. So even though that camera visor is now aluminum, that case is actually raised off of that a little bit, just enough to maybe prevent scratches. Aluminum is soft. It's not going to crack, right? It's not going to shatter like glass, but it could scratch over time. That's going to help prevent that as well. And as you can see there are a lot of color options, a lot of devices, Apple, iPhone, iPod, Samsung, all that stuff is covered. So if you're looking for a new case for your Pixel 7 Pro or for another device, I'm quite happy with this thing. I think this looks good. I think it's going to do the job. It is grippy, which is a really big thing. We'll do the pocket test real quick, right? That's an important one. How well does this enormous phone fit in the pocket with something like that on there? It's definitely more grippy, so I had a little bit of a harder time going in, but it's not so grippy that it's going to pull your pocket out or anything super annoying like that. So I think this is the case that's just going to stay on my Pixel 7 Pro at this point, so that's good enough for me. Guys, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you on the next one, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.